tuh. Apa aja bisa. A day full of tasks. A college student who can earn her own money.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone. So welcome to my channel. In here I want to explain it a little what is the passive voice. Passive voice is used when we want to emphasize the action and the object of a sentence rather than subject. This means that the subject is either less important than the action itself or that we don't know who or what the subject is. In a grammatical in Indonesia, the concept is similar to English, although it is expressed using different grammatical markers, like a subject plus verbs. The verbs is a me or ber and plus object. The example is dia membaca buku, like he reads a book. At the passive voice in Indonesia, the subject receives the action and the door may or may not be mentioned. The pattern 1, agent include, is a subject plus verb with the prefix D plus agent. And the pattern 2 is a subject plus verbs with the prefix D. The example is buku dibaca oleh dia. Like the book is read by him. The key comparison in English, the action of active voice is they built the house. And the passive voice is their house was built by them. She is reading a book. And the passive voice is a book is being read by her. John cleaned the room. The room was cleaned by John. And the grammatical in English, the first is the object plus be plus past participle is like a verb tree, and plus if you want to add some subject, you can add by. If the be, you can use the am are is the present. If was and were is the past, and been is the perfect tense, and being is continuous tense. Verb tree looks like an eat and eaten. The verb tree is eaten. Play, played, played. The verb tree is played. The example is chocolate is loved by everybody. A man was saved by the lifeguard. My house is being painted by decorator. Let's compare this text. The first is this bottle of ketchup has already been opened. And the second is I have been tired for weeks. Whose is the passive voice? It's correct. It's the first text. This bottle of ketchup has already been opened because been opened is be plus past participle. If the second, why the been in here not not passive voice? Because the tired in here is adjective, not the verbs. Next, we're gonna discuss about why do we use the passive voice. The first is when the action is more important or interesting than the person who does the action. The example, the passive 1,100 were donated to the children's hospital, and the active, the Prime Minister donated 100,000. And the second is the person who does the action is not known or not important. The example is the passive is this beautiful bridge was built in 1732, and the active is John Tyler Thomas built this bridge in 1732. The third, the person doing the action is obvious. The example is the passive. Bill was arrested last night, and the active is the police arrested Bill. And the last is the object cannot do the action itself. Examples: 100 chocolate cakes were sold on Sunday. if you want to say who does the action, you can use an agent by plus person. But it's optional, not necessary. The example is like 100,000 were donated to the children's hospital by the Prime Minister. This beautiful bridge was built in 1732 by John Tyler Thomas. 100 chocolate cakes were sold on Sunday by John's Bakery. Next, we're gonna transforming active voice to the passive voice. The example is the sentence, the chef cooks the meal. First, we're gonna do identify the subject, verbs, and object in the active sentence. Okay. The subject in the sentence is the chef, and the verbs is the cooks, and the object is the meal. Okay. And move the object to the subject position. Like the meal is gonna be the object, and then change the verb to the appropriate passive verb, like, and use be plus past participle or verb 3, and then from to be depends on the tense of the active sentence, like cooks. If plus be and plus past participle is gonna be is cooking. So the verb 3 from cooks is cooked. And place the original subject after the verbs. Add by if it's necessary to mention who performed the action. Okay, the example is the meal is cooked by the chef, like that. And then in here, maybe there is example in a different tenses, like in the present simple, the active is she writes a letter, and the passive is a letter is written by her. In the past simple is they pointed the house, and the passive is the house was pointed by them. And the future simple is he will complete the task, and the passive is the task will be completed by him. And the fourth is the present continuous. They are watching the movie. The movie is being watched by them. And the present perfect is she has finished the report. And the passive is the report has been finished by her. Okay, in here there is a key note. Not all the sentences need by. If the door is unimportant or obvious, you can omit by plus subject. The example is the cake was baked. It is clear someone baked it. Okay. And the keynote is use passive for focus on action or retriever. The example is the active is people speak English worldwide. And the passive is English is spoken worldwide. So in here, the last points for the passive voice. What is the transitive and intransitive verbs, and what their connection to passive voice? So, is transitive verbs. What are they? Verb that need an object, like a something to retrieve the action. Okay. Example: she eats an apple. Verbs is eat, an object, an apple. If gonna make the passive voice as possible because the object, an apple, can become the subject, like an apple is eaten by her. But intransitive verb is what is that verbs that do not need an object. The example is her runs. The verb is run, and there's no object. If we're gonna make it the passive voice, it's not possible because there is not object to make into the subject. So in here there is key rule. Just only transitive verbs can be changed to passive voice. The example active sentence is The boy kicked the ball. The passive, the ball was kicked by the boy. It's can. But intransitive, she sleeps. And the passive is not possible, not object. There it's can. Okay, maybe this is enough for me. I'm sorry if there's many mistake. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Bye bye. See you next to my video.
I'm a Muslim, the things I say in everything I do every day.